and gentlemen, welcome back to the Wrestling Rundown. It is time to go into our Raw review. Holy shit.
Episode 70-something.
72.
72.
72, sucker.
70 deuce.
70 dose.
We took 70 deuces.
And we turned them all into episodes.
And now
we
we're
took two more and put them into episodes.
And that's why this show is so bad.
And now we're talking about the fallout from Hell in a Cell. We open up with the Authority congratulating Seth Rollins on defeating Kane all by himself.
And was he proud like a kid being acknowledged by both his parents?
And like Triple H even started to cry at one point. He's like, I can say this with so much, like he got choked up telling Rollins how proud of him he was.
And then Seth goes in for a hug and he hugs Triple H, and I imagine that he wasn't going to hug Stephanie, but Triple H is like, you got to hug your mother too.
And then it would have been really awkward
because he kind of had a bit of a boner.
Well, that's because Stephanie's hot.
That was after the Triple H one. Going into the Stephanie one.
You know, and then Triple H makes mention of the fact that, well, you know, as great as your win last night was, and all the other wins you've had, you've kind of left us in a really weird situation.
A really strange pickle.
Because now we don't have anyone for you to go against. So tonight we're gonna do a tournament. You know, we're gonna have all the people that won last night,
except for Brock and Charlotte.
Yes, obviously Charlotte. Go into matches, and the four guys that win are going to move into a fatal four-way for the main event, and the person who wins that will face Seth Rollins at Survivor Series.
So it's going to be a little miniature tournament.
And Roman Reigns comes out because he's in the first match and says that by the end of the night he's going to be the #1 contender.
But is he really?
We'll have to find out. We're not going to talk about tournament matches first. We're going to talk about the non-tournament stuff that happened. We had Team PCB reunite.
Yeah.
Paige has been trying to convince Becky and Charlotte that what she did was wrong, and she realizes that, and Charlotte is still convinced that she's the one that's been attacking Natalya, and she's like, why would I do that? She's my friend. And
it was probably Lita.
I think it was a Lunder Blaze.
It was Sunny. No? Okay.
Probably not. Holly.
That I would be okay with.
That'd be cool. So yeah, I don't even know how she got them to decide, like hey, because they did have the Six Divas tag, so I guess this was Paige like, hey.
Yeah, and Becky Lynch said it, we do need a third person.
Yeah. No, they're just like...
They think Paige is pretty much a turd anyway.
To me, this was one of those moments where they're like, man, the script for Raw says we gotta accept your apology, so come on.
All right. And they do their three-way pinky promise, and it's like, hey,
it's the
cool.
one thing that gets me though is I feel like this is something that happens to people in real life, is that the way Paige actually wins them out to let her come back is basically just by bugging them enough.
Yeah. It's like, oh my god, if we say okay, she'll shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Which doesn't work because she's a woman.
But then
whoa!
I can say that. She's my wife.
Does your girlfriend know that?
Yeah. Maybe. Most people I know in real life don't watch this.
That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then we go into a 6-minute
Sorry,
tag.
I don't know you in real life, Cody, if you're watching this one.
Who's Cody?
Yeah. He's a guy that unconsequentially also has an animal last name like the three of us.
I think I know that guy. So yeah, we have 6 Diva tag team match.
He won our fan thing too.
Oh, that guy. God. Let's never
Fuck that guy.
Let's never have him on the show again.
Fuck that guy.
Little screech.
We have Team PCB take on Team Bella in a very...
Let's kill him.
No. Very traditional Divas tag team match that we've seen this.
Yeah.
A lot now because there's 3 teams that are 3 people.
Yeah.
This wasn't much to write home about.
We're all in agreement that the teams need to kind of split away, maybe into just tag teams
I was
for a while.
pretty much complaining about this the whole time. Not like so much complaining, but just like, I would prefer...
He's fed up with the trios.
Yeah, and I'd just prefer if they started branching them off and just let Paige be a heel
Yeah, and we were all kind of discussing like why is Paige
But
trying
Team Bad can be a whole loaf.
Yeah. Like, keep Team Bad. Team Bad is cool because you've got.
I think Team Bad would be great to like hang around with each other during backstage segments. Maybe come out every once in a while, but they don't have to be like a team. They can go off and explore their own interests and like do other things.
Yeah, but they can still have an alliance.
Yeah.
They don't have to hang out all the time. But Team Bella ends up picking up the win. We've got just a flurry of things that happen. Everyone gets taken out. Nikki ends up knocking Paige off of the apron, which allows her to hit the forearm and then also hit the rack attack on Becky Lynch.
Lynch.
And get the pin on Becky, and we see Paige like tries to get in, tries to break it up, and it doesn't work.
She didn't because she turned.
And then Team Bella celebrates. They take off. Charlotte's checking on Becky. And then we get what we wanted. We get Paige just fucking annihilate them both.
Yeah.
She just beats the shit out of both Charlotte and Becky.
Turds out of them.
And just...
So you for calling me a little poop. Take this. And
so, yeah, so now
They're
Paige,
like, oh no, my turds.
Okay, this is getting weird. Now Paige is a heel. So let's keep it this way. Let's not try and backtrack. Let's not try to put the team back
I think
together.
it would be okay if next Raw, Paige comes out and tries to apologize.
Okay, yeah, I'd be okay with it. Just because, like, she left them, and then when they left her at the Madison Square Garden show, and she's like, oh my god, they left me. If she just kind of keeps, like flip-flopping, it could be entertaining.
One more time would be great, after she beats the fuck out of them. And
she's
like...
blatantly.
Right, and she's just like, I'm sorry, it was an accident.
I slipped.
You guys just misunderstood.
And our one other bit of non-tournament action, we had Bray Wyatt come out and address what happened with The Undertaker last night, saying that...
He got his rocking chair back.
Yeah, he is in full force. Yeah. He's got a full family, he got a rocking chair, and he took out The Undertaker.
You know what it is? It's Braun Strowman knows how to whittle.
Really? He's a whittling man?
Yeah, because we have to think. The whole time he's Rowan and Harper, never got a chair back. Yeah. Brings in Strowman.
Well, yeah, you got a trucker and a Rubik's Cube champion. They can't build chairs.
Strowman and his weird
cubologist
pants. Strowman, his weird, awkwardly shaped pants.
That's probably why Bray brought in Strowman.
It's like,
it just so happened that Strowman was also like one of the strongest dudes ever.
But that's the thing. It's like he doesn't whittle with a knife. He just punches trees until they're in the shape of what he wants. That's how strong.
And then he skins snakes and drinks.
No, he just punched a tree one time and it just like
it turned into a chair. It's like, oh, this could be helpful in the future.
Yeah.
He just took the snake he killed and beat the tree into submission. Tree's like, fuck, I'll be a chair. So
Bray Wyatt pretty much compares him and the Wyatt family to the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Yeah. We know that he's always been the face of fear. We've had Desolation being Luke Harper, Destruction being Braun Strowman, and now Rowan is being known as Vengeance. And
none of those are horsemen.
And he talks about how he talks about how the
four
of them
horsemen of the Bray Apocalypse.
He talks about how the four of them took the Undertaker's soul and is now being torn to shreds somewhere. The Undertaker...
It's covered in soul blood.
Yeah. Do souls bleed?
They bleed soul blood. I want soul blood. That makes me sound like evil.
It's just blood that makes you a good dancer.
But then you noticed something.
Yes.
You noticed something attached to the ring posts.
As Bray Wyatt was talking, I was like, oh, they have Kane pyro set up. And so, Bray goes into this thing where he finishes off his promo with "Rest in Peace, Phenom," and he's very proud of himself. And Kane makes his way down to the ring to just completely tear Bray Wyatt apart.
Yeah.
But before he's able to, we get the whole screen warp thing again. Lights come back on, and he is literally surrounded by the Wyatt family. Fucking Bray Wyatt is like in the corner in his chair now.
His chair has scooted from the middle to the corner.
Yeah. And he's
Nobody puts Brady in the corner.
Only Brady puts Brady in the corner. And Kane kind of realizes where he's at, so he immediately goes for Luke Harper, tries to take him out. Then goes over, takes out Eric Rowan, and then he's kind of faced off with Braun Strowman.
And he fucking took it to Strowman.
Yeah, he tried.
Had Strowman on like the ropes, more than anyone else has ever had.
But the fact that his attention was so on Braun, this allowed Luke and Eric to get back in and just completely demolish Kane at this point. And not so much with all the destruction as we saw the night before on Hell in a Cell, but very much the same situation. Completely destroy Kane. He gets taken out and then carried out of the arena the same way the Undertaker was the night before. So in 24 hours, the Wyatt family had destroyed the Brothers of Destruction.
Yeah.
And what I liked also is they had the little bit after the commercial break.
That was so cool.
They were dragging Kane. They didn't have him up anymore. They were dragging him into the fog.
Yeah,
and Bray was singing his little whole world song.
Such cool imagery. And that's why I love the character of Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family. Is just you get that eerie, creepy feeling that you've got, back during the Attitude Era with the Ministry.
Yeah, and I don't know, things are probably looking up for the Wyatt family.
I think so.
This is why, this and what happened at the end of Hell in a Cell is why during our review I didn't complain about Bray losing.
Because he got his moment at the end. He didn't need the win against Roman. He got his. He
won the show.
Speaking of Roman Reigns, we're going to start talking about the tournament. So we start off with Roman Reigns taking on Kofi Kingston. This is our first match of the night. Kofi and Big E cutting another promo, talking about how Roman's style is booty, and how they're gonna win this one for their unicorn brother Xavier Woods.
And you might as well call Kofi Harry Potter,
because he's about to get in that ring and make some magic, son.
So I'm gonna be super nerd here, which is generally my role on this show.
Yeah.
After he did that, he started saying Avada Kedavra. He did that twice and then said those are warning shots. That's a fucking killing curse.
Yeah,
it is.
Nobody was purposely missing.
I guess it's just
But that does mean there are two dead people in the audience.
Yeah. But I just love that idea.
Sued.
I'm firing the killing curse at you. It's a warning shot.
Hope you didn't die, son.
If you die, I'm gonna bring you back to life and kill you again.
I like this match between Kofi and Roman.
It's a fun match.
This is one of the few times, a lot of the times, because Kofi's always been relegated to tag team guy or mid-card guy.
Mid-card high flyer guy.
This showed that Kofi had that potential to step up and eventually have a main event take someday if they booked him that way.
Oh, maybe when he went against Randy Orton?
Yeah. Well, that was the only other time that they really
They let him go.
Yeah.
And having that whole you never see Kofi Kingston do the dramatic he took a power bomb and then kicked out at 2 and 99 100ths.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
And they had some just great back and forth. Big E, trying to be that imposing force, getting in Roman's face a couple times and actually allowing Kofi to dive onto Roman at one point. He just hit. It was a cool dynamic. And what I thought was most interesting is the only time we saw Dean Ambrose was in the back with Roman Reigns later in the show.
Yeah.
He was not out there with Roman Reigns, which I thought was interesting.
Well, that makes enough sense to me because they're not a tag team anymore. They're just friends.
No, but usually if there's
with
someone out there to that could possibly get in Roman's way or help the other person win, Dean is usually there as a backup.
Yeah.
Maybe more so with the Wyatt family, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think Big E's a big enough threat.
Yeah, but
obviously he wasn't because he got Superman punched off the apron.
I'm gonna theorize that Dean wasn't even there.
No.
I could theorize right now that they filmed both times Roman Reigns was backstage with Dean Ambrose at some point prior to the pay-per-view, and Dean could have been off doing something else.
Yeah.
Ooh. I think you're right.
He's out already filming 12 rounds 4.
All right. Yeah, Roman Reigns ends up Superman punching Big E off the apron. He ducks the Trouble in Paradise, comes back and hits a major spear on Kofi Kingston, and he moves on to the Fatal 4-Way main event. Our next match, Kevin Owens versus Cesaro. Kevin Owens saying that WWE didn't even have a history until he showed up.
Yeah.
And that
So now it's not just the Intercontinental Championship.
No.
It's
and that
WWE in general.
and
Very
that-
new company. I've
and
never
that
heard of it.
people always ask, what's the greatest moment in WWE history? The fact is, it hasn't happened yet, but it will very soon when Kevin Owens wins not only the Intercontinental title, but the WWE World Heavyweight title at the same time.
Yeah.
He's going to win them both. He's going to lose the Intercontinental title first, though.
Yeah.
He's going to win them both at the same time.
Ha.
No.
Fucking...
Oh.
This match was awesome.
Yeah, it was
These two...
Kevin Owens versus the talented bald guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens was probably like, so...
I totally just remember there was another match and
Yeah. I was wondering if you were going to catch that.
I fucking forgot about the match.
Anyway,
I don't think
so
I wrote it
about
down.
this match. I imagine that Kevin Owens...
I remember it now.
No, I remembered. I was like, okay, we're not talking about that? That's fine. Whatever.
I don't remember what happened.
It was, let's just say, it was a tag team match.
Six-man tag, Dudley's and Ryback against the European faction.
Yeah, Rusev, Wade Barrett, and Shawn.
Dudley's and Ryback won.
Yep.
Cool. Alright, moving on.
What's up together?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So this match, I imagine Kevin Owens got to the arena and he's like, so, what are we doing tonight? And they're like, well, you're going to take on a really strong bald guy.
Fuck! I thought it was done with this.
Cesaro.
Oh, okay, cool. Kevin Owens is like, like, am I gonna win? Maybe.
If he lets you.
These two always have great matches together. I'm so glad that we got this again in rather than be like, oh, well these guys had a feud, let's put them in a match.
Yeah.
No, this was, hey, both these guys won last night. They deserve a shot.
I really appreciated that we got a tournament.
Yeah, just a little mini tournament
Yeah.
on Raw, which was the majority of Raw, which was fantastic.
And my favorite part was it just wasn't like, okay, let's have a little 8 guys and then do a 4-way match, and just being like, okay, well let's just put in all of the WWE's favorite guys to book.
Yeah, no,
They made it make sense with everyone who won
Yeah.
a match last night.
Yeah.
Got to be it.
which it totally added to it. And Cesaro and Owens just tore the fucking house down. Just a great match. Cesaro has Owens on the ropes, and Owens is like hiding there. And so the referee actually has to back Cesaro off. Owens comes back with a super kick, just fucking blindsides Cesaro, tosses him off, hits the pop-up powerbomb, and Kevin Owens moves on to the Fatal 4-Way.
The spot I wanted to mention in this match that kind of blew my mind was Owens was on the outside by the ramp, and Cesaro was on the apron.
He was. Yeah, he
Towards the Roman Reigns.
Cesaro was set up. He was gonna go for the crossbody, but Owens rolled out of the ring.
And so Cesaro runs along the ramp, or runs along the apron, and I'm like, how the fuck's he gonna get to Owens from there? And he just fucking leapfrogs over the turnbuckle and then keeps running on the other side, and then,
Because Cesaro. That's the only rationale you need. How's he gonna reach him? Because Cesaro. I love when these two go against each other.
Yeah.
It's always fantastic. This was no different. So now we have Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens in the main event so far. We got 2 more guys. Our next match is Del Rio taking on Neville.
Yeah.
I was excited for
Yeah,
this.
this is what I was saying in the Hell in a Cell review, is that, like, the thing I'm excited about is, even if Del Rio stagnates and is in a bunch of, like, go nowhere kind of pointless feuds, there's still a good chance of him taking on a lot of new talent that he hasn't wrestled before. And Del Rio is not the greatest wrestler ever, but he always puts on solid matches, and so he will 100% of the time give these new guys a chance to work, to have a really solid foundation to establish themselves and to learn from.
Yeah, and someone like Neville Neville, who has just instant chemistry with 99% of the people he faces.
Yeah, I think...
It really helps because, you know, the high-flying style of Neville really helps play into Del Rio's lucha background.
Yeah, right.
My theory about Neville is it's impossible for him to have a bad match.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a bad Neville.
Like, he can go out and try to have a bad match and then accidentally have a good match, I think.
Oh man, I tripped into a good match. My bad.
I slipped and fell, and on the way down, I did a corkscrew shooting star press.
Speaking of tripping, this was the downfall for Neville. He was going for a moonsault to the outside, and as he was setting up, Del Rio actually tripped him off of the top rope and got him into the Tree of Woe.
Yeah.
Which allowed him to hit his gnarly double stomp in the corner.
Which came after that Del Rio landed on his feet.
Yeah.
After going feet first through.
Oh yeah.
The middle and top rope.
I just loved your call on that.
Yeah, and he lands on his feet, but then he kind of looked like he torqued his leg a little bit. I go, yeah, you could really hurt your knee doing that. And then he yanks Neville down, and Neville falls and with his knee all caught on the rope.
And then Thomas goes, "You're gonna really hurt your knee that way."
Yeah, I was like, oh, well.
Yeah.
Irony. But yeah.
Irony.
That's why Neville was okay. He has an iron knee.
Yeah. So Del Rio ends up picking up the win off the double stomp.
Yeah.
And then hitting the Avada Kedavra, I believe. And so, yeah. So now we have Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, and Alberto Del Rio.
But we got one more match.
We got
coming
one
for you.
more match. Dolph Ziggler taking on Big E.
Yeah.
Big whoop.
Because he's a heavy sweater. And he can be your daddy. Which he actually...
And your uncle, too.
He actually told Dolph Ziggler
Yeah.
that he was his daddy in this match.
Which is awkward, because I'm pretty sure Dolph is actually older than Big E.
Oh, that makes it really awkward. That's...
Time travel.
Yeah,
It is now we're past Back to the Future days, so anything is possible.
Yeah.
Big E and Ziggler is, this we actually got this match just a couple weeks ago because Big E ended up taking Ziggler's spot in the U.S. Open Challenge. A great match. I think the biggest story for this is that we did have Tyler Breeze and Summer Rae out of ringside in their little VIP section with a bodyguard that did jack shit.
Yeah.
Big E went out and took a drink right out of Tyler Breeze's cup, and the bodyguard was like, "Man, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm out here to make sure the little blonde guy doesn't get out here."
I don't know. Maybe they just didn't pay that bodyguard enough. Because I know
300-pound black man was not in my contract.
Yeah, I mean, I don't work at 7-Eleven anymore, so I can say this. When I was working there, sometimes I'd see people steal and just not do shit because they don't pay me enough to...
Yeah, I'm not going to chase some fucking meth head because they're stealing a candy bar. Fuck you.
They don't pay me enough to care.
I like it. Too, the one thing I noticed is when Big E was setting up to do the splash on the outside that he does when the person's on the apron, they had the angle where they're ready to catch Big E running towards the camera, and as he's setting up, he's doing a hip swivel taunt type thing, and you can see the bodyguard is actually smiling and nodding, he's this is funny.
Yeah, I'm into this. Big E.
He was not on guard.
Big E ends up blocking the big DDT that Ziggler usually does. Tosses Ziggler off into the corner and actually charges at Ziggler, ends up taking the shoulder to the post, backs up into a zigzag, and Dolph Ziggler scores the win. We now have a fatal four-way: Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, Alberto Del Rio, and Dolph Ziggler.
And it's basically if they took all four of those really good matches that just happened and put them into one match.
Yeah,
because this was a good match.
This match was fantastic. There was so much happening in this match. We had Seth Rollins out of commentary, giving his thoughts on who he'd rather face. He was so sure that Roman Reigns came out at the beginning of the show, and look at him now, he's down on the outside.
Yeah.
There were so many moments where I was like, "Fuck, I don't know who's gonna win this."
All of the moments I knew because I saw on Facebook earlier.
Your opinion doesn't count.
I didn't see it, but nothing swayed me from the idea that Reigns was going to win.
as an overall feeling, I knew that Reigns, because he was the obvious win, but there were so many times where they made me believe that there was a chance he wasn't going to.
And I've definitely had that moment in matches. I didn't have that moment in this match. That doesn't take away from the match to me.
Alright.
Yeah. I think they definitely made it way too obvious with having Reigns was the one that came out and interrupted the promo at the beginning of the show. You know, Reigns was the one they showed backstage talking to his friend.
Yeah.
You know, had they done, like, okay, after Alberto won his match, have him talk with Zeb Coulter and Zeb Coulter trying to pump him up for the 4-way, or, you know, if all 4, or, you know, if all 8 guys had come out and interrupted the Authority promo in a 10 years ago Monday Night Raw opening segment, you know, it would have made it a lot more, oh, who's going to win this one? But it was definitely very, like, Roman Reigns is interrupting the promo. Roman Reigns is in this backstage segment. Now Roman Reigns is going to win the match, and he's going to do the Fatal 4-Way, and he's probably going to win that, too.
Probably. And he did.
But this match was still fantastic.
So much happened in this. There were so many, you know, just different team-ups and different, like, hey, you know, let's go beat him. I love Owens, like, trying to convince Del Rio to help him, like, let's beat up Dolph Ziggler.
He's like, hey, let's give him a double suplex. Breathe, man.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they do, Del Rio comes down for the pin, and Owens picks him up, and then they just start punching each other in the face. And it was just just switching on a dime from, hey, let's beat this guy up, to, hey, no, give me the fucking pinfall. Just so many good moments in this match. Everyone got the chance to shine.
And the cannonball and drive-by happening at the same time.
Yes. And Owens didn't even realize that Roman was up. Like, he went for that, and then it hit, and then he turned around, and Roman was just staring at him.
Yeah, there were 2 really good face-off moments. That was one of them, and the Ziggler-Roman one was good also.
Yeah, you get the double baby face, you know, face-off in the middle. Yeah, so...
The baby face-off. That sounds deranged.
Yeah. I was wondering how long it was going to take you to realize how fucked up that sounded.
I want soul blood.
Well,
God damn.
look,
I am weird.
it's Halloween season.
That's true.
Okay, yeah, you're allowed. You're allowed.
Soul blood and baby faces off.
Yeah. The face
I
off.
just now imagine the movie Face Off where all the characters were babies.
When you said that, that's what I imagined.
It's Baby Geniuses meets Face Off.
I want to.
Somebody in Hollywood, get on that shit.
I want to see a baby Nicolas Cage. Anyway, the face-off between Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens led us to the end where Roman was getting his ass handed to him by Owens.
Owens really capitalized on Reigns trying to get in the ring by super kicking him as soon as he lifted his head up.
Yeah.
And Owens went for the pop-up powerbomb, and as he popped him up, Roman came back down, but with a fist to Owens' face, and Owens went, da-da! It's fucking done at that point.
I feel like now, though, this opens up to the idea now, like, okay, Roman Reigns did it, now everyone else needs to come up with, like, a way to punch Kevin Owens out of the air. Because in my head...
It's not as effective if you're not Roman Reigns, though. Unless you're Big Show.
Well, I mean, like, you, like, kick him.
If there's a pop-up powerbomb to Big Show, I'm gonna fucking lose it. He did it to Mark Henry, so anything's possible at this point.
But, like, the thing that gets me is I feel like he threw Roman Reigns up in the air, and Roman Reigns just went, how come nobody's tried this? Like, what if I just aim my hand at its head on the way back down?
It's just, and like, everyone sticks their legs out. I'm just gonna fall back down.
Just wait till Cesaro counters it into a brainbuster.
Because Cesaro.
In my head,
somehow
he's perfectly.
Somehow he's gonna European uppercut him.
Yeah. Well,
he's gonna do that little twirly thing that he does when he springs off the ropes. He's just gonna fall down into a European.
My vision for the brainbuster worked perfectly because all Cesaro needs to do is when he gets popped up, just flip and then land on his feet, and then he can do any fucking move from there.
That's true.
And then
Anyway, he got hit with the Superman punch. Then Roman Reigns came off and speared the hell out of Kevin Owens. Picks up the win.
Right back into the cell.
No. And Roman Reigns is the number 1 contender and will face Seth Rollins at Survivor Series. We get a face-off at the end.
I really wanted Seth Rollins to get punched.
I like when you said it, I was like, it's not really a babyface thing, but I was like, that's a Roman Reigns thing.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns would just like, that title, it's mine. Wham!
Right.
Or even with the fact that like we had Roman Reigns walk away from Seth Rollins, I feel like Seth Rollins should have been like the middle of like telling him how badly he's gonna beat him at Survivor Series, and Roman's just like, fuck it, walks away, and then have Rollins actually turn him around right into a Superman punch.
I just think here was where I was coming from. I just think if Roman had got down off the ring, they go for the face-off, and before they do the real stare down, Reigns just punches him and walks away. That's an ending we don't get. Like, ever.
Just, fuck what Rollins has to say.
Yeah.
Just have Roman knock him the fuck out.
Yeah.
But yeah, entertaining episode of Raw.
Yeah, it fucking
So that one match that we forgot. That I forgot. I didn't even fucking write a note for it.
No, I remembered that. I was just like, we're not going to talk about that? Okay.
We made fun of it a lot while the match was on.
Yeah.
Because we didn't really care. You lost some respect points for the Dudley Boys. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. An interesting episode of Raw. Cool little mini tournament, and now we're on our way to Survivor Series.
Yeah.
So let's hope that we get. I'm hoping for a really old school feel to Survivor Series. I've been feeling like we're gonna get that, and I think with the fact that we now know the title match, hopefully other matches can start building up like traditional Survivor Series matches.
Yeah.
And we know that it's the 25-year anniversary of the Undertaker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a call right now.
Do it.
No, I'm just kidding. Not a phone call.
Nope.
I'm
for you.
It's a fish.
Take that fish.
We need the Survivor Series match: Team Undertaker versus Team Bray.
Okay.
Bray, Luke Harper, Braun Strowman, and Eric Rowan. And I'm gonna say that Undertaker needs to go get the team he captained in like 1994 or 95. And we need to get the Wyatt family versus Undertaker, Henry Godwinn, Savio Vega, and Fatu. All of them are still alive.
They are.
And I think all of them but Henry Godwinn are playable characters in 2K16.
I think all of them still wrestle except for Henry Godwinn.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know Savio and Rikishi do. So, alright.
Yeah.
Sure. Thanks for watching. This has been ridiculous at points and fun at others. But
It's
yeah,
sometimes
ridiculously
both.
fun.
Yeah. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe.
Click the links
I was going to say that.
to like
How many links?
9.
9 of them.
So many links.
Facebook, Reddit,
Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Reddit, and 2 emails.
3 Twitters,
3 Twitters.
We need another link. I like
3
tens.
tweet handles.
I like 10s better than 9s.
You need...
Link to our YouTube page.
Actually, my Tumblr's down there, so technically...
Linkception.
There is 10. My Tumblr's down there.
Alright. And you can link to this video if you want. So they click it and they just
Nope,
get a
fuck
walk.
that, because that's in the playlist. Eat it, Kevin.
No, I'm not that hungry.
Okay, good. You can go back and watch our Hell in a Cell review. You can rewatch the Raw review. Coming up later in the week, we'll have midweek wrap-up, SmackDown rundown, and indie news, as we normally do.
Yeah.
Thanks for everyone who's been liking and reblogging videos on Tumblr. We appreciate it. All those views are awesome. Let's comment. Comment down what was your favorite part of Hell in a Cell. What was your favorite part of Raw? Let us know. What do you think is going to happen
if you
at
want,
Survivor
If
Series?
you want, you can comment your Hell in a Cell comments on our Hell in a Cell video.
Which is in the playlist.
Yeah.
And check back later, because there's going to be more shit.
I just said that. I just talked about all the other videos.
More shit, though.
More shit.
More shit.
There's going to be more shit.
It's gonna be one extra shit.
Yeah.
Extra shit.
Yeah, you know.
That's not going to be in the playlist.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you have to subscribe to find that one.
It's gonna be some good shit.
It's fun. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.